And welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Grade A Power Plays here on the Grade A Fantasy channel. I am your boy, Grade A Fantasy. And hey, it was a long layoff, but I came back, not with a vengeance, but it was a solid night. Let's have a quick recap. The Chicago Power Plays didn't go through. San Jose did. I know I should have at least tried to get some of the San Jose stacks, but I think I did pretty well. The Donato Teravainen, like I said, I wish Mikheyev was on because I would have done mixtures like how y'all see me do Strom, Vetrano, Terry, but I'll take the Vetrano stack. Batherson had a great game. He got a power play. He also got a point. Cousins got a point. He also settled with his positive point status of plus 102. Hurdle got his power play, and he also combined with Dorofeo for that power play point, and then that's where we all pretty much a solid night. It was just slightly disappointing that Hannafin couldn't join in on the party, not with a point, power play, or even an assist. But let's continue with today's action. There's only one thing that I want to show. I'm going to really focus on two games, so I'm just going to mention something real quick. Everything that I'm focusing on is pretty much from 9 o'clock and later. I'm much interested in. I have a slight peak of interest, Colorado. Now, yes, the Colorado Avs have been, the offense has not been going as well, and we all know Colorado for the past 3-4 years. They're definitely one of those ebbs and flows teams of how powerful the offense is at home than it is on the road. But with a couple of injuries, to Calgary and them rising to basically the top. I mean, Calgary used to be like outside the top 10, and for a while they got to 7. Now they've risen to 4, and the penalty kill is still bad. Good news is they are giving Wolf a try again. Is not Vladar, but obviously for what I'm about to bring up, it would be better if we had Vladar confirmed, but it is Wolf that was just confirmed a little while ago. We have the only thing that I really like here, because if we go and take a peek here, the power play points are not really worth taking at all. I mean, McKinnon's plus 100. Any stack will be more than that. McCarr plus 160. Nature's plus 180. There's nothing really here. The only thing that's probably worth taking, if so, could possibly be maybe because, and I think they got knocked down to 2 because Brock Nelson's now up there. Because now Brock Nelson's here, he moves Drew Wen and Lehkonen down to power play 2. But power play 1 is so efficient that, it's not a very confident plus 360, plus 480 for Lehkonen. Now that, Brock Nelson and Natchez are now on power play 1. Colorado adding a lot of depth. So, I mean, I don't think it's worth the risk there. The only thing I do like I said, I don't really hit this as much as I do with other people and other teams, but because of the power play opportunity, yeah, they're on the road, but one of the main guys on the shutdown line is hurt with Mikael Backlund. So the only thing that really interests me here, I mean, it's not much better, but it's something easily that can be taken. You could maybe get away with maybe adding an assist, but it really doesn't do much. I'm just throwing it out there so I can move on to what I really like. McKinnon, Natchez, plus 102 and plus 235 each. You can take each one of them for 2 points. Forget matching up assists and all that other stuff. Just take them both for a point. Both of them are plus 327. This looks like the type of game that Natchez by himself could get the 235 plus 235 for 2 points. So I'll just take that there. Calgary now 4th with a 74.9 penalty kill. We'll just go on from there. Now, we shall go into the Nashville-Anaheim game. We're going to go a little bit in depth with this. I do like this game, especially for the Anaheim side. Nashville is just not a team that you just can't trust, but Nashville does have a good power play opportunity here. What I do like, Anaheim, they're second in shots against. They've allowed basically 2,100 shots. To be exactly, it's 2,098 shots, but still, it's a lot of shots to have given up. So, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to bring stuff up, but there is things that I'm still waiting for. We're still waiting for, like, skating confirmation, even though I think the goalies are pretty much confirmed. I think they have. I think no. It's likely that Dostal gets to start, but Soros. They have Soros up, but it's still not confirmed yet. I think, and neither line has been confirmed yet either. But on the opposite side, it's important to see what happens on the Anaheim side, and here's why. Because towards that last game, they did do a switch. Nothing's still confirmed yet. It's interesting to see. This is one of those you're going to have to pay attention to because I haven't put in anything yet, but the odds are still good. Before, I want to see if they're still the same. Obviously, you know me. Nashville, not a good team. Anaheim, Nashville, not a good team at all. I think Anaheim has the offensive advantage. As you can see, Strome Vetrano was plus 174 earned, now it's plus 177. I'm not ready to commit to that as of yet. Here's the reason why. Strome, Terry, Vetrano, Terry, whatever the case is. I have that in my notes. So I got Strome, Terry for plus 155, Vetrano, Terry plus 150. As you see, Strome, Vetrano changed, so they probably went up a few points as well. Because in the middle of the second period of the last game, and they finished it that way, right now, what could possibly be the lines is Strome, Zegras, Terry, with Leo Carlson, Vetrano, and Killorn. And then the power play unit is still, because they just went away from having Jackson Lancome. It's been a few games now, and now a couple of games, and now Olin Zellweger is now the power play quarterback, and Killorn is now up there. So Strome, Terry, Vetrano still in the power play, but they probably won't be perfectly correlated. So when I did look at those odds, now when you look at 1 point and you put Strome and Zegras, now you're looking at plus 262 because they're both plus odds. And then when you go Strome and Terry, obviously still the same thing, plus 165. And then obviously, like how you do it before, if you just go Terry and Zegras, now you're looking at plus 239. So if it stays that way, the odds do get better compared to Terry Vetrano at 156. So that's just something that I'm willing to wait for. Those odds shouldn't change too much. Obviously, they're big odds. I don't think plus 256 drops to 192 by 10 o'clock tonight Eastern. So it's just something that you have to wait for. If Zegras is up there, it adds more odds to the top line correlation. Right now, because of what they had in the last game, it's Strome, Zegras, Terry that's being probable up there, but the lines are not confirmed that way. So then, if you want to change it up with Vetrano, it will be now Vetrano now centered, and I think he's up here if I'm not mistaken. I know I've seen him. Yes, he is. Leo Carlson is his center, and it's slightly better than Strome's plus 104. So with Leo Carlson as his center, he is now plus 246 right there compared to plus 177. So if these lines stay, it's going to be a lot better. And then obviously it'll be Leo Carlson, Vetrano, and Killorn. Killorn's on the power play with Vetrano. So if you wanted that power play correlation, Vetrano with Killorn is plus 260. And then let's take away from Vetrano and go to the center of line 2, Leo Carlson with Killorn to his right, plus 261. So for units and just for making money, I am in favor of this slight line change, but I'm still more comfortable with Strome, Terry, Vetrano. But that's what happened midway, and they finished. So basically, they played the game halfway, the old school way, with Zegras on line 2 on the left side, and then Vetrano, instead of Zegras on the left side of line 2 and Vetrano on the left side of line 1, they just switched that, and Zegras is on the left side of line 1, Vetrano to the left of Carlson on line 2. Other than that, there's some injuries on both teams' lower lines, so I don't really think there's much we can go to than that, unless you want to go to and I don't see a Mason McTavish here. So yeah, pretty much everything is concentrated on both teams' top lines and defensemen. It's a good power play matchup. Anaheim also still near the top 10 in penalties. They haven't been taking that many penalties. It's a good power play either way. So if you look at the power play points, Besides Philip Forsberg, everybody else has decent power play points, plus 250, plus 250. Well, basically the same. Jonathan Marshall, Stamkos, O'Reilly plus 280. Lancome plus 350, but remember, he's no longer the power play 1 QB. He's now power play 2. And if we show the rest, McTavish, he's also on power play 2. Terry, Vetrano, Strom, all on power play 1 as usual. And Brady Shea, still worth a sniff. I will definitely be taking that. Remember, here's the thing that you got to remember. Once they post it, they don't change. Those are static. Kind of like old school no house advantage. Power play odds do not change unless they get news of somebody being hurt and then they just take them off. But the odds don't change. And as long as Yoshi's not out there, it hasn't worked a lot, but plus 450 is still worth going for it. I think he hit it the last game that they had against Seattle. So Brady Shea definitely worth the plus 450. But I'm just waiting for some lineup combinations. But I just wanted to show you what the combinations were and what it could look like. Money-wise, it benefits. For comfortability and what I'm used to, no, it's not. Because Ryan, Strome, and Terry is probably an underrated version of the Lund line, or how Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes were beginning and middle of the season somewhat, like a whole line that just correlates all the time. So it's just something that I like there. And now to our cover star. Like I said, we're just waiting for those lines to be confirmed. Nothing's still confirmed yet, but I had to show you that just in case you know what to select. Like I said, the odds are still good on either side. If we want to take a look at Nashville, the way Nashville has been playing, those lines are definitely going to stay the same because they won 4 in a row with this combination. Ryan O'Reilly in between Forsberg and Evangelista for regular points. Let's go back up here. Everybody else has pretty decent odds. Only Forsberg is basically the only one over minus 150. Everybody else from Marcia slowed down is minus 142 and lower. So if you go Ryan O'Reilly, Forsberg, that's plus 126. If you look to his left side, I don't think they have Luke Evangelista. Oh, they do have Luke Evangelista here. So Ryan O'Reilly, Evangelista, plus 237. Maybe Evangelista by himself is a good pick there. And whoa, interesting. I'm glad I did switch this. So because he hasn't been playing well, forget the Brady Shea power play point. Forget the fact that he hasn't been playing well, because he hasn't really done much. I think ever since the Yossi injury, he only has 1 power play point, and it wasn't passing. He shot it. So Nick Blankenberg is up there, but he's not on this at all, so we can't worry about that. But if we take a look at points for line 2, is Coach Sissons here? No. So line 2, you have Forsberg and Stamkos. I mean Forsberg and Marcia Slow. So if you have those 2 guys together, they're decent odds at plus 1. They're okay odds at plus 130. But it's the power play side for Nashville that I'm focusing on. Really, maybe an Evangelista one-off. And then, of course, like I said, I love what I see with Anaheim, but I have to wait. We have to wait. We just don't know. We just don't know. I already had it in my notes, and then I saw that report of, hey, this is what they finished with their last game. So we just have to wait and see. Both goalies are pretty much confirmed for this game. We just got to wait to see what's it looking like for the lines confirmed. Now, to not let this episode run any longer, let's get into the cover sheet of my boy, young stud, Dylan Guenther, going against Seattle. Oh, and with what I'm about to say, I have to trace back to Anaheim for some important, just strategy-wise going into that game. First and foremost, it's one of the few things that I think I picked today. Yes, Dylan Guenther, Hayton, plus 139. I already did that already. One of the hottest combos out there. But I like Dylan Guenther shot ladder. And this time, I can't go with the 3. Last I saw it, it was at like him for 3 shots was minus 186. The most I normally take for that is like minus 165 to like minus 140 something, minus 150. But I feel comfortable doing this, putting 10 on the 4 for the plus money, and then just going 5 and 5 for plus 320, plus 700. Here's why. In the last 4 games, 4, 7, 7, and 8, Dylan Guenther is averaging 6.5 shots on goal. So when you're going against a bad Seattle team who has gotten worse defensively, and they are 11th in the league in giving up shots, I definitely like hating Dylan Guenther for the shot ladder, and for him and Hayton to get on the scoreboard together. Other than that, other combinations that I kind of like. I wonder if these points have changed when it comes to that. Keller and Will Cooley. Whoa, those odds have dropped. I might not even take this anymore. Earlier when I was taking my notes, this was plus 118. This has taken a significant drop to plus 106, but it's still plus money if you want to take it. Plus, it's consistent. Cooley, Keller, Schmaltz have been great together. It's a good power play matchup for Utah. Seattle is a good power play opportunity, but it's like trying to take... It's one of those you have to take them at the right time. So Seattle's one of those that if you're going against a team that's given a lot of penalty minutes, which Utah is still in the top 5, like it's like taking a bad Islanders or bad Philly power play. Like you feel more comfortable. It has to be the right matchup, and the power plays are so bad you would want to take them when they're going against a top 5 in minutes. Like if it's top 10 or even mid-level, like no, because the power plays are so inefficient. So if it's anything on the Seattle side, I like Seattle power play, and it's definitely one of those power plays that it could be hit or miss. And what I mean is, not only do they divide up their minutes amongst 3-4 lines, and DFS stacking them is a pain because the power plays are spread over 3 lines constantly, so they both share a minute each. So when it comes to power play, Seattle doesn't give up a lot. They're bottom. Seattle is in the bottom of penalty minutes, bottom 4 in penalty minutes, but guess what? Bottom 5 in the penalty kill at 76.7. So power play opportunities, yes, I like Guenther for 22, plus 22. I like Schmaltz, Sergachev, pretty much everybody but Keller. Hayton is still plus 320. And then when it comes to the second power, I mean, the power play is not efficient, and they don't have the main guy that I like up here anyway. They got Vince Dunn up here, and Vince Dunn's the quarterback for power play too. They like the way Montour by himself has had a very solid season, but it's Montour that's on line 1. A separate prop, you might like Montour for an assist, or just Montour for a point in general. I just have to go back and check that out. What is Brandon Montour if he's up here? Plus 132. That's something to check out. Shooter, playmaker, but definitely known for his shooting. I definitely like that. But with that being said, also when it comes to teams giving up a lot of shots, Anaheim is also up there. Been top 3, whether they're switching with Pittsburgh, San Jose, whatever the case is. Why did I not bring up the shot funnel? It seems like with an aggressive shooter like Yossi, and the last time they played, Yossi had 4 shots on goal with a miss. So basically, if you ladder them up to 5, you just barely missed. So with that being said, if ever since Yossi has been hurt, we haven't had much action from the D-line. In the last 10 games, nobody's averaging even close to 2 shots a game from the defenseman pairing. Nobody shoots from Nashville from the defense. In the last 10 games, Brady Shea has 14 shots. Blankenberg has 6 shots. Brady Shea has 14 shots, and he's averaging 22.5 minutes. Blankenberg is averaging 20 minutes. And then with these young guys that they're bringing up, 16 shots in 10 games, 7, 10 shots, and 7 shots. It's as if they're taking advantage of... It's as if they're taking advantage of the fact that Yossi's not there, so there's more shots around. So it's kind of weird in trying to predict this Anaheim shot funnel. That's why, if there's anything, I would take it with the forwards, to be honest. And because they give up so many shots, just like how San Jose gives up a lot of shots last night, a lot of people like the good old Donato ladder. Donato had 6. They're second in shots given up. So I mean, a Forsberg ladder probably makes sense. Forsberg at 4 is minus 122, so maybe you might want to take him at 5 for plus 188. He had 6 the last time these two teams played. Other big shooters, besides obviously the main man Forsberg, I think you'll go to Stamkos. Stamkos averaging basically 2.5. I think him for 3 shots is plus 116, so that's doable. So there's a lot of options here, but this is not one of those games that even if you get a certain defenseman on DraftKings, taking the 1.5 is dangerous, but the chances of him getting the 1.5 are elevated because of the team that they're playing. But with no Yossi, the forwards, especially the top 6, have taken full advantage of just getting more shots. So it's just something to look out for. It's not the obvious ladder like how it is. It really hasn't. All the offense and more of the shots have come from especially the top 6. So that's why, if anything, I would say for 3 shots plus money for Stamkos, and which is plus 116. That's not bad for somebody averaging 2.5. What has Stamkos done when it comes to shots lately? Stamkos, it's up and down pretty much. 2, 4, 1, 7, 1. And that's crazy. 1 against San Jose at San Jose. So if the chart shows you anything, I guess this is the day that it's going to be green and he goes over the 2.5 and gets the 3. And then, of course, like I said, Forsberg had 6 the last time. So I like you could do mini ladders for him, 5 and 6. 5 shots for Forsberg is plus 188. 6 shots for Forsberg. He's the only one there for plus 390 if you're gonna go for that. And that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to make sure. I really thought this could have been a shorter episode, but I really wanted to make sure I explained certain things on why I didn't bring up anything. Not because they're not available, but it's not pretty the best bet. But like I said, the environment allows those dangerous 1.5 from some of these guys that are not shooting like that, the opportunity just to get that too. But like I said, the shooting had, because of how dominant Yossi is from bombing from the blue line and crashing the net, Forsberg, Stamkos, Marcia Schlo, those main guys have taken advantage because of those 4 or 5, the potential of 3, 4, 5 shots on goal from Yossi have spread out to those top 6, to the top 6 in the forward position. And we have also just nothing else from any of the defensemen. Like, literally it's coming from the forwards. In the past 10 games, I think in the past 10 games, you've barely had over 35 to 40 shots from all 6 defensemen since Yossi's been hurt. It just doesn't come from there. It just doesn't. So, and that's from a group of defensemen, not a pair, or not the top 2 pairs. That's all 6 defensemen. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. But once again, look out for Nashville and Anaheim, especially Anaheim confirmed lines because of the value there. Very important there. Let's go one of my young favorite players. Let's go Dylan Guenther. I gave you the options of what I already did and the options of what you might want to pick later. Good luck today. Have a great weekend. And just for a preview, I think I'm going to do my best to wake up early just so I can shit on the Sabres as my Golden Knights go to Buffalo 12:30 tomorrow morning. As one of my main watchers and subscribers would know, let's go Pavel Dorofeyev. Thank you for tuning in. This is Grade A Fantasy with Grade A Power Plays. Good luck tonight. Have a great weekend.